From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
Kent's Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Happy holidays from Weather NorCal and our sponsors. Have a wonderful holiday season.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm meteorologist Mike Krueger. Thank you so much for joining us here this afternoon. You know, we got a dry and mild conditions here for the rest of the week, but I do expect a wetter pattern to return this weekend through most, if not all, of next week. Snow levels starting off high with these systems coming on in, but they will lower a little bit here later on into next week. And by the way, this Saturday is the first day of winter, known as the winter solstice. It's the shortest day of the year, the shortest amount of daylight we have in the year, but we do start to see those days getting longer. Taking a look at your neighborhood forecast at a glance, temperatures somewhere in the low to mid 60s for the valley, 40s and 50s for the mountains, and upper 50s along the coast. That's the cold front that moved through this morning. The north coast, western Siskiyou, even extreme northwestern Trinity County did get to see a little bit of shower activity. Of course, that pretty much fizzled out because high pressure is in place. Now, it's still allowing a lot of the clouds to move in over the next few days, but really, as far as rain is concerned, not going to happen much. You can see the storm system off to our west. That will eventually impact our weather here later this week, but mainly in the form of clouds. But Futurecast is getting a little aggressive with that, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. First of all, we've got that fog here tomorrow morning. That fog dissipates. However, we're seeing a lot of those high and mid-level clouds filtering through the day on Thursday. You'll notice the rain coming in from our west. Again, keep in mind, high pressure is still in place, so it's blocking these storms from coming on in. This one's going to try to push through. This model wants to show us a few showers here for Friday afternoon. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is going to be way too weak. If it happens, it'll be form of virga, which evaporates before it reaches the ground. But otherwise, just some clouds on Friday and mainly dry. So we look at the long range, and again, we're going to take a look at that same time frame. This is the ridge of high pressure I was talking about. There's the approaching storm system. As it approaches, you see how it just fizzles out? The one behind that fizzles out as well. But what's going to happen? That's for Friday, right? Now, as we go into Saturday, Sunday, watch what happens. This ridge will shift eastward. That opens the door for these storm systems to come in for Saturday, right? There's Saturday. Now we take you to Sunday. There's Sunday afternoon. Right, more rain. Now take note where the moisture source is coming from. That flow is coming from southwest to northeast. This is a warmer source of air. As a result, snow levels 5,000 to 6,000 feet over the weekend. Not having a big impact on your mountain travel except for some of those higher mountain passes. Then we take you into Monday of next week. There's more rain. Tuesday of next week, we may see the temperatures drop. Snow levels will drop as well. Trough of low pressure. Cooler air pulls down into that trough, and we could see snow levels drop down to about 4,000 feet. Now, this could create some more delays over some of the lower mountain passes. So this is Christmas Eve, a travel day. This is one of those things you're going to have to keep a close eye on the forecast over the next couple of days because we're going to be fine-tuning this forecast because for now, it's showing dry conditions on Christmas Day, and then the day after Christmas, we may have another trough of low pressure, cooler air, lower snow levels as a result, impacting your mountain travel. So if you have to travel here locally through that holiday season, say Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the day after Christmas, keep it right here to Weather NorCal. We're going to be certainly keeping a close eye on those travel conditions as we get closer to next week. But as these storm systems move through this weekend and next week, we've just got plenty of moisture. See all these reds and oranges? That's all just kind of shooting it in Northern California. And all of these areas of low pressure and storm systems to the north of that are tapping into that moisture. So there's plentiful moisture for these storm systems to work with and anticipate seeing a decent amount of rainfall. But in a long stretch, right, we're going to be looking at 7 days or so of off and on chances for rain. It's not going to be steady rain for 7 days. That would be a problem. We're not going to see that. But the winds, I just wanted to point that out because the winds are dying down this afternoon for the coast. It's been pretty breezy there, especially in Del Norte County. Calmer winds for your Thursday, but as Friday night and Saturday system begins to move in. Those winds will pick up even for some of the typical spots in the higher elevations as well. So just keep that in mind as we go into Friday night, Saturday. Temperatures today will be in the low to mid 60s for the valley. I'm talking temperatures mainly low 50s, 40s and 50s for the higher elevations, and those upper 50s, maybe even some low 60s along the coast. Looking at your 7-day outlook for the valley, I'm expecting dry conditions to continue as we take you through the rest of this week. Today, we take you to Thursday, we take you to Friday, dry. But then the wet weather returns by the weekend, and we continue with the off and on rain here through not only Tuesday of next week, but most likely through the end of next week, looking at that long range. Dry for the coast, inland, and for Trinity County through Friday. And of course, those off and on showers kick in by the weekend. That's also the case for Siskiyou, Modoc, and the eastern mountains. Notice the snow levels. They're starting off a little lower, but generally between 5,000 and 6,000 feet Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and then they should start to drop a little bit for Tuesday as that colder air moves in. That is your afternoon update. I'll be back again this evening at 6 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.